always no spoon.
Find them and destroy them.
Only human.
We have to take out that agent.
Trinity! Help!
Nice reflexes.
You're not so bad yourself.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Matrix Path of Neo, and as you can see we have just recreated the iconic bullet time dodge thing. And now we're gonna do it like 6 more times, cause yeah, and this part, oh my god, gave me so much grief the first time that I was playing through this. This is the first part of the game that I had to look up the fucking long play to figure out what the hell I was doing wrong, and I felt like a fucking moron when I finally figured it out, which is that you're supposed to just stand still and hold the focus button and square to do the dodge as he is shooting bullets at you, and while he's doing that, Trinity shoots bullets at him, and that's the only thing that makes his health go down at all. Everything else, you can shoot at him and you can fuck with him, but it's always just gonna reset his health. And if you try to do the thing, he has to be like specifically shooting at you. He can't be, if you do it while he's shooting at Trinity, it's not gonna happen, and sometimes your focus won't last long enough for Trinity's fucking ass to do anything about it. But yeah, when I first played through this game, I had no idea what to do, but now that I do know, this part is pretty easy peasy. And I really like this whole section of the game here that we're doing in this episode here. I think this is going to be a pretty fun episode of this LP. Yeah, look at that. Just makes his health go down all the way. Because we have this, which is a fun little, you know, fighting section for the most part. Not too long. And not too, like, tedious or anything like that. The little meter on top for Morpheus, it was there in the last level, too. That's there throughout, like, this whole thing, and, I mean, I wasted a shitload of time the first time I was playing through this. It took me so long to get through this section for some reason, because I just hadn't, you know, still was getting the hang of the, controls and everything. I mean, I am still now, but this was like, whatever, an hour and a half, 2 hours into my first playthrough of it. I was still just kind of getting into the swing of things with this combat stuff. And that thing never went down to red, that meter, so you gotta be really fucking up if it even ever goes down.
Shoot the agent!
Shoot the agent!
I'm on him.
You are not on it. You did not do it at all. And now I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus juice now.
The agent! Shoot the agent!
I'm on him.
So yeah, but we have this part, we have a pretty cool helicopter section coming up. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Then we are going to be fighting Agent Smith. Spoiler. So, at the time of recording this, which is, I am currently recording this at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, December 10th, year of our Lord 2021. 2021 is already coming to a close, folks. Can you believe it? I kinda can't. There are some times where I think about things that happened at the beginning of this year, and I'm like, oh, that feels like it happened 3 years ago already, particularly things on the internet. But then there are other things that I remember happened at the beginning of this year, and I'm like, holy fuck, what happened to the year? And in general, the latter is my attitude right now with this year ending, where I'm like, you know, where did the days go? Because, you know, it's... And this happens like every month of every year, especially right now, because I've just been in this, like, you know, go to work, then come home and try to enjoy myself until I have to go to work again slog, where, you know, I spend the entire week basically just going like, okay, it's this many days until Friday where I cannot be at work anymore, and I basically just work to that, and then I get to the weekend and I'm like, hell yeah, another week down, time to party, and then I do the fucking week again, and then I do that a couple of times, and then it's a new month, and then I'm like, whoa, holy shit, it's a new month, and then it happens a bunch of times, and then it's, whoa, it's a new year, and then you know, you blink, and then you're 50, and you're still not even done with your fucking My Sims Kingdom LP. You know, life sneaks up on you that way. But anyway, the whole reason that I brought this up was not to say anything about that, but to say that I just got done watching Matrix Revolutions with the boys over Discord. It was Walter, Bobby, and Kevin. Those are like the main boys that have been watching through the Matrix films. Tyler watched the first two with us. Didn't watch the third one. Cause yeah, we watched through all of them, and Josh came into the third one for a little bit. Kat came into the third one for a little bit. It's also Kat's birthday today, so happy birthday to Kat. I like this little turning thing I'm doing here. Cause yeah, you're gonna just wait for the music to fade out and for it to prompt you to do something.
Now! Trinity!
Only human.
We don't need this. We're not done yet.
Sometimes I wish video games still looked like this. Maybe with just like, you know, the actual resolution upscale, not necessarily like the texture detail or anything. You know, just not have those like CRT looking lines and shit. Like, you know, just make it look a little crisper, but you know, like when you get like a modern PC update for an old game. Like how the Halo looks with the original graphics on the Master Chief Collection, on a modern, you know, running on a modern PC. Those blurry characters on that keyboard. Yeah, download Gatling gun onto my brain. Yeah, here's the fun little helicopter part. It's pretty easy because you can slow down time and just basically just point at the thing and shoot. But it's great fun. It's like a little carnival game, except it looks neat. And later on, when we were like shooting out the windows of the buildings, it's a lot of fun. And basically, the whole time I have the rumble feature on the controller turned on. I think it's just by default on the PS2 with this game, and during this part when you're shooting, it's like constant and like violent vibrating. It's like every slowed down shot here is like a huge like pulse of vibration from the controller. It's pretty fun. I love vibrating controllers. It's such a perverse thing to describe and to think about, like, you know, imagining it out of context, or like if you don't, you know anything about like video game shit, you know what I mean? Like if you described it to someone who had never heard of video games or whatever, it would be like, yeah, you get this like pleasurable feedback, sensory feedback into your hands from doing certain actions. I mean, that's basically how you got the thing with fucking Jack Thompson, where he he was really mad at Sony with the DualShock controller and the vibrating feature, because he was like, it's gonna deliver a pleasurable buzz to children with each kill, because all video games are about murder. I mean, in Jack Thompson's defense, a lot of video games do involve murder, or at least quote-unquote defeating enemies. But there are lots of games where you don't murder, like, well, I was gonna say The Sims, but you can very much murder people in that game, so maybe not. I should stop trying to think of simulation games, because a lot of those can simulate death. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, you can fucking kill people in those games. I mean, what can I say? Most good games involve murder, you know? I think it's kind of an almost inherent part of the medium. Obviously, I just said not all games involve murder, but, you know, it's kind of like the fact that, like, in a way, cinema is inherently perverse. There's a kind of, voyeuristic and exploitative quality to just the very nature of filming someone and watching a film of someone, let alone the fact that so many, because they're telling stories, and violence and death play a part in so many of our stories, because they play a big part in the human experience and human suffering and all that, and especially like ideas of transcendence and religion and everything. I mean, you know, death's part of life, etc. I'm really getting into my I'm 14 and this is deep shit here, but you know what I mean. Because of that, and because most films depict stories in one way or another, you know, violence is a very integral part of cinema. A lot of cinema is, you know, the simulation of the destruction of the human body in some way, or the maiming of humans in some way. I mean, we have the entire action genre as well as horror. You know, that video games are similar, where part of the appeal of the medium is how it can speak to those and reflect back those elements of human experience that are not pleasurable in real life, like pain and death and violence, but you know, can be visually and emotionally rewarding in simulation. So, you know, it's not, to me, it's never been a matter of whether that's good or bad. It just is, you know. I don't know what the fuck I'm on right now. I'm getting into some you know, I just got done watching Matrix 3. Like, my third eye is open. I'm seeing Matrix code in real life. That's how I'm hoping I am after I get out of Matrix Resurrections, when I leave the theater. I don't think it'll happen the first time, because, you know, your first reaction to a movie is almost never your, like, smartest or most fully formed reaction. So I think it's going to be when I see it a second time. I'm planning to see it a second time with some family members on Christmas Day, after seeing it on opening night. And I think that is going to be where it all really clicks for me, because it's going to be an IMAX, you know, so like my senses will be fully enveloped in the Matrix. And I think if I play my cards right in that screening, I'll be coming out of that screening seeing Matrix code. And I probably don't even need to take a car to the theater, because I'm just going to be able to fly home. Because I'll have all the cheat codes on by then. So that's my hope, at least. Another iconic shot from the movie recreated. Although the bullets aren't as big, and there aren't as many of them as in the actual shot, which is a little bit of a bummer. Also, speaking of Matrix 4, you know, we got some new Matrix footage at the Game Awards last night, so that's pretty cool. They showed a new clip, which I did watch. I told myself that I wasn't going to watch any trailers or clips from the fourth movie, because I wanted to go in without any preconceptions, but, you know, I've been to the movie theater and they show the fucking trailer there, and so I've seen that, and then after that it was like, okay, well, I haven't watched the new trailer, but I did see one of the teasers, and I saw the new clip. And I think now I need to, like, fully cut myself off from, like, reading anything about the movie or anything, because the clip, and I'm not going to say what it is for those who are like me and would like to just not know anything going in, or would like to see the clip at least for themselves. The clip confirms, or at least suggests, a lot of things thematically about the movie that I assumed, directions that I assumed it was going to go in, and knowing that is at least probably kind of the case, I'm like, okay, I get it, I think I know where this is going, and I don't want to know anything more. I'm sold, I'm down, and now I just want to see it. I don't really want to see anything else from it until it's in the actual full movie. So I'm going to try to do that. We'll see if I do it.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
So here is the Agent Smith fight. It's a little less satisfying than watching the fight in the movie. And this is also not the last time we will be fighting Agent Smith. We will be fighting more. We'll be fighting him more later, and we will also be fighting many of him later. So, you know, here it's basically just a matter of, you know, holding your own until you get to a certain point, and then, well, you'll see. If you've seen the movie, you kind of know where it goes. We're gonna have to get him in front of the train, which, if you're a dumbass like me, can be harder than it seems, but I didn't do too bad with it this time around. But when I first played through this game, again, I was like, frick. And there you go, the fire extinguisher actually came in some, of some use. Except he regenerated his health 2 seconds after, but, you know, theoretically it would have been useful if you were a regular enemy. I also like how parts of the level will like get broken if you're fighting near it. That's pretty cool. Also reminds me of the fact, another thing from the Game Awards with the Matrix that we got was Matrix Awakens, which is the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo for the PS5, which I can't fucking play because I don't have one. But once I found out that it was just a tech demo and not like a full game, I mean, obviously it would be cool to play it, but it's like, alright, well, I'm certainly not just going to get a PS5 because of that, even if I could. But if they make a full Matrix game, then we'll talk. And if it's like a PS4 exclusive or like not on PC or anything, then yeah, maybe, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think they should. They should bring back Matrix Online. Fuck it. I have bookmarked on my YouTube account a compilation video of all of the cutscenes from Matrix Online because they are canon, and I need to study up. I might also rewatch Animatrix before I see the new one. Not that I really think anything from those movies is gonna come up necessarily, and I don't even really care about that. It's not even like a plot thing necessarily. It's just kind of like a, you know, part of the experience. Just inundate yourself with the Matrix. That's why, I mean, it must have been so. If you weren't a fuddy-duddy, if you weren't one of these joyless losers who thinks that there's only one good Matrix movie and that 2 and 3 are dog shit, 2003 must have been an absolutely unreal year to be a Matrix fan, because you got 2 whole movies. You got a new video game that let you play through off-screen parts of those 2 movies, and also included exclusive footage made with, like, shot at the same time as the movies, written and directed by the Wachowski sisters, to go along with it. And then you had the Animatrix as well, which gives you all of this, like, backstory and lore, and has all of these different great art styles. And I don't know if it launched 2003, but right around the same time you had the fucking MMO. And it's like, The Matrix is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that the Wachowski sisters have given us, I think. And I'm just very excited to see more of it. I mean, you have to understand, I literally have not been as excited as I am for Matrix 4. I have not been this excited for, like, a big Hollywood movie in years. I don't even, like, at least 5 years or so. Yeah, it's just good shit. Anyway, have some stuff here that I'll let sort of play out. Next time, we're gonna do more Matrix shit. I don't know, what do you want? And also, might have a co-commentator next time around, don't know, but pretty soon I'm gonna start doing that. JT or somebody. So, yeah, stick around for that. Also, streaming in like 30 minutes after I upload this video, so if you're watching this right when I upload it, come watch the stream now. Alright, see you later.